How are we going, ladies? Today, I wanted to offer this free training on ways for you to improve the amount of protein that you're getting in your diet. Often, when I'm doing brainstorming sessions, often when I'm having client conversations, one issue is improving the nutritional quality that we have and tweaking our intake, tweaking our personal preferences to increase the amount of protein that we're getting. When we think about or look at someone's diet over the last 7 days, or we think about our own choices and behaviors, we often pick less protein in terms of our foods, and quite often the higher protein diets tend to work better in terms of fat loss because we're just prioritizing muscle retention a little bit more. Over the years, there's one common consistency with all the scientific evidence that comes out, and that's the higher protein intake, a little bit higher than the RDIs or the RDAs, depending on what country you're in. And so through increasing that, we actually increase some of the results, the fat loss and stuff that we're seeing. So that's kind of some of the logic, some of the ideas and understandings around it. If you look at the commonalities between all those studies, it doesn't matter about how much carbs or how much fat that you have. What tends to matter is those that eat a little bit more protein in the diet tend to get better results. And so let's focus on some of the ways that you can tweak your current intakes, your current preferences, or maybe you're tweaking your shops so that you can improve on that protein amount. So one of the options that I get clients to do is, as they go through their shopping and when they're doing, they're at the groceries and they're looking for products to buy for a dish, a recipe, an idea of whatever they want to make, I get them to turn around and look at the back of that packet, the nutritional table that's on the back of that. And I get them to compare brands not only based on price, but based on the amount of protein that they get inside some of those foods. Small tweaks like that, getting a couple of grams of protein here and there from foods tends to reduce the amount of protein load that you have to try and get from, say, foods like lean meats and low-fat dairies. So by looking at that nutritional table on the back, and under the per 100 gram section, you'll see that through the protein amounts listed out in a total from that per 100 gram. And I use that reference of the per 100 gram because that will be the same across every food. Every food will have a per 100 gram nutritional table. And so you look on that and then look for the amount of protein that's in there. So based on your ability for cost and also the protein amount is one way in which you can improve the total amount of protein that you have. And I tend to see this in foods like that are pastas or breads, things that are like high in carbs. There are always going to be trace amounts of proteins and stuff like that. And so those things are an easy way to start looking for those small changes. Another way is to start considering how much protein that you're having coming from lean meats and low-fat dairies. So like I said before, that tends to be where our highest protein intake comes from our foods, lean meats, low-fat dairies. And so through those choices, you want to ensure that you're including those in your meals and as many meals as possible. So if you look at what you're eating across the day and say commonly breakfast is a low protein meal for most people, if they either consume stuff like cereals or if they consume things like breads, toast or something of that like. So swapping it to either a cooked breakfast or something with higher amounts of protein in it. So instead of a toast with a jam or a toast with any other spread, you'd be looking at toast with baked beans. You could increase some protein through that there. The same deal, or instead of swapping from some toast, you could use some yogurts, or you could use some cooked breakfast like some bacon and eggs, and those are ways that you can increase a little bit of extra protein going on there. The other is across lunch and dinner. If you look at the total amount of protein that you're eating and you're struggling to increase your protein throughout the day, look at how much you're actually serving yourself when it comes to lunch and dinner. Increasing that is a really easy way to just take the things that you're currently doing and getting that high protein intake. Another way to help do this is to think about eating the protein first. So often when we sit down to eat at a plate of food, we pick the things that we like the most. Well, if you start picking the things that are going to aid the amount of fat loss that you're getting, or not subtly nudge that in a direction that makes it easier for you to get the results that you're after. By doing this, you're ensuring that A, you're getting that protein, that extra protein throughout your day, and B, that you're getting the amount of protein that we need for the maximum amount of muscle recovery that happens from any of our training sessions, if you do any training sessions. So you cover off on two awesome bases. So eating that first is a really smart way to help increase your ability to get that across the day as well. So hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully you got some insights in thinking, you got your brain spark and thinking about those different things. And I look forward to seeing your results, sharing those results there in the Facebook group, and also letting me know in any DMs about if this was successful for you or not.